I think I've become addicted to my phone.
Lack of sleep, anxiety.
In danger on the road. A possible contributing factor? The rise in smartphone 6200.
We've all
Crossed. With no exaggeration, I take it out of my pocket at least 10 times per 15 minutes. And that's not even to look at something specific, it's just to randomly check if I'm not missing something. Other than the obsessivity to check if I got an email or a new message, are those mindless, pointless, useless, dopamine-given shorts. I mean, looking at my phone for work is obviously different, but I'm no surgeon, so a comment on YouTube or a tattoo request can wait a day before being answered. There's no need for me to check every 2 seconds. I open my Facebook, IG, Twitter, YouTube, whatever it is, just to go post something or to check out one thing. And next thing you know, it's been 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, up to an hour of just doing this. Let's be honest here, it's a major waste of time. So I decided to give myself a 15 days challenge to cleanse my brain of that excess material. 15 days, Jonathan? Well, that's nothing. For some people, it's nothing, but I think I'm a little more addicted to my phone than I would like to be. It's not gonna be easy because, like I said before, I really check my phone all the time. When I poop, when I read, when I walk Mr. Ori, when I work, my phone is always in my hand. And also, I'm not gonna pretend that I'm gonna quit forever. I'm gonna do 6 months without my phone. I decided to start with 15 days. To be truly honest, I love social media. I love YouTube. I love interacting with you. Most likely what will happen from that 15 days is I'm gonna be able to build a discipline around my phone and I'm not gonna be whipping it out every 5 minutes or so. And yes, I got a new hat. And have you noticed that it's super easy to try to justify the misuse of our phone? I'm just researching for a project. Well, you know, I invest in the market, so I need to stay up to date. Well, I have to check the news, you know, see what's happening around the world. There's absolutely no need whatsoever to doom scroll to search for information. You could just follow media outlets that you trust and go there for your news and information, not random people posting random stuff. You know, you're doom scrolling and then you find this little story or short and it's titled like, who's in the wrong? And there's a dispute between two people that you don't know, that you don't care, that you've never seen. For some reason, you start feeling angry, anxious a little bit, making you pick a side, stressing yourself out because you're kind of putting yourself figuratively in that situation. But did you know that your brain doesn't make the difference if you're just imagining something or imagining, it sounds good. Imagining something or if it's happening for real. And that's not good for you. According to some research I made, and by some research, I Googled it. Too much time spent on your phone doom scrolling increases the stress hormone cortisol in your body, which is good when you're chased by a lion and you get in fight or flight mode, but not every day by looking at your phone. Both content and the act of reaching for your phone constantly can raise your cortisol level. It can lead to sleep deprivation, stress, anxiety, depression. The more you engage in doom scrolling, the more cortisol is released in your body. And it has become very distracting, especially for my creative process. This clip is from my last video. I really gotta stop looking at my phone constantly like this. It's just distracting me from what I'm supposed to do. You know what? I'm gonna give myself a challenge. I'll make a video about that. Every time I have 2 minutes, I have this compulsion to just reach for my phone. And for no apparent reasons other than maybe I'll be missing out on something. Making around, checking all the apps, like something big might have happened since the last time I checked, which is not even an hour ago. And let's face it, even if something big would have happened, the chances of that impacting my life are so small that I probably don't even need to know. We've become so addicted to instant news, instant gratification. But how did we do it back in the days with one daily newspaper and only on the weekdays as well? That's why I decided to give myself some phone and social media restriction. Now I need to go take a shower. And here's why I decided to take a break. But first I need to go. I have this ticket to do this VR thing. Literally in a cave right now. Well, that was interesting. Why do I want to quit or to take a break of social media? Quite easy. First off, I don't want that lumpy, rounded neck later. Another thing is the impact on my creativity. I can't think clearly after a scrolling session with all that trivial stuff I put in my head. Another thing also is to be more present. During my walks with Mr. Ori or just hanging out with a friend, you've probably seen that at restaurants as well. You know, you see a bunch of people sitting down together and they're all looking at their phones or their phones are all beside them. Just don't want to be that person anymore. Another thing also is to get control over my habits. Whether it be not reaching for my phone every 5 minutes or just plain leaving it at home and not be chained to it. How it makes me feel sometimes, you know, comparing myself to other people. I'm not lacking self-confidence, but after a scrolling session, it's insane. I start doubting things that I was really content with and happy before that session. FOMO, when you know that nothing, almost nothing on there matters for you to look at, but you keep looking just in case you would miss something interesting. FOMO is fear of missing out. It's a strange thing too, because by looking at our phone constantly, we actually end up missing out what's in front of us. I want to use those 5 minutes to do something more creative, meditate, think about what I need to do, and not put some trivial stuff in my head. And now, the rules. Rule number 1, I'll remove all the unnecessary apps from my phone. And also, I'll remove all notification, email, text, Twitter, all that stuff. So I'll be only reachable by call. Rule number 2, the first 2 hours of the day, no phone. Rule number 3, leaving the phone in another room while I do focus work, which includes tattooing, painting, editing, filming. Rule number 4, I'll allow myself 30 minutes at the end of the day to answer my emails, my YouTube comments, whatever message I get on social media. Because let's face it, a little bit of my work is on social media, whether it's answering messages for clients, answering your comments on YouTube, which I love, by the way. It really makes me feel connected to you, connected to the world, this thing, and I really enjoy this. And I have to thank you. That's because of you that this channel is growing steadily. You keep sharing the videos, liking, subscribing. You're amazing. Thank you. Rule number 5, strictly no shorts. And there's another rule I give myself. Because, you know, I like entertainment, I like watching YouTube. I will allow myself to watch YouTube videos within that 30 minutes window. Oh yeah, I forgot. I will take a picture of myself every time I reach for my phone to see how many times I'm gonna do that in that 2 weeks. I'll follow up in 15 days. Next week episode's gonna be pretty fun if you've never been to Montreal, because I'm doing kind of all touristy things to do. Don't miss that and subscribe. You guys are great. See you next week. That's a pair of shoes. Clever, isn't it?